From the Democratic Party himself, Congressman Adam Schiff is with us. Good to see you again, Congressman.
Great to be with you.
Thank you for coming in. All right, you're looking at this. You've got Hillary, you've got Bernie. Hillary apparently has the math. Bernie seems to have the momentum. What are you seeing?
Well, we want everyone to turn out tomorrow. Whoever you're supporting, there obviously is great importance in having your voice heard at the top of the ticket, but a lot of races down ticket as well. I think Secretary Clinton will do very well and will probably, by the end of the day, have enough delegates to be our nominee. She's going to make an effort to reach out to the supporters of Senator Sanders. I hope that the senator will do the same thing, because we really have a common purpose in addressing a lot of the issues that Senator Sanders has raised as well, but also in making sure that Donald Trump never steps foot in the White House. That has to be an overriding principle for all of the Clinton and Sanders supporters going forward.
You know, usually, and you've been around, you've seen it, you have the primaries and people who are allies try to beat each other up, and then at the end there are bruised feelings for a little while, and then everybody gets together by the convention. It's going to happen that way this time?
I think it will happen for a couple of reasons. If you look back 8 years ago, there were even more of the Clinton supporters who said they would never vote for Obama at this stage than there are Sanders people currently saying they won't support Secretary Clinton. So we've overcome even bigger gaps before. But we'll also have an even bigger unifying force this time that we didn't have 8 years ago, and that's Donald Trump.
Well, but let me ask you one more question about that. I remember when a number of women back then who felt that it was Hillary's turn, they were angry that this upstart guy came in and took it away from her, said they would sit it out, but nobody believed them. They weren't going to vote for Republicans, and they probably were too wired in the process to sit it out. This is different. A lot of the people you see at the Bernie people, these are people who have never voted before. They're excited because of him. Will they sit it out?
I don't think so. And, you know, I do think Senator Sanders has a point when he says that the Secretary is really going to have to make outreach to all these young people, keep them engaged in the process. And I know she'll do exactly that. We want these people to stay involved. And it's a wonderful thing that Senator Sanders has brought in millions of young people, lots of independents brought into the Democratic Party. That is very good for the party. But when a party goes into the November election divided, we've often seen that party lose. So it's going to be very important, you know, for both Senator Sanders and Secretary Clinton to unify, because no one wants to be responsible for seeing a Trump presidency.
What do you say about the recent polls? Because poll after poll leading up to today say that when you look at Bernie Sanders, he's the one that's going to beat Trump, or the most likely candidate to beat Trump. What do you say to that and to Secretary Clinton?
Well, I think what you're seeing is the cumulative impact of really 4 years of GOP attacks on Secretary Clinton. The GOP would much rather run against Bernie Sanders, and that's why they continue to attack Secretary Clinton. If you watch what they do, it's quite apparent who they want to run against. But all that negative attacking does take a toll. I think if you saw those kind of expenditures directed against Bernie Sanders, you would see his numbers haven't taken a toll. So it's quite understandable. I think once the nomination process is over and Democrats begin to unify, you'll see Secretary Clinton, who already has a double-digit lead on Donald Trump, see an even broader lead. So I'm confident we will heal these divisions, and ultimately Secretary Clinton will be the strongest candidate to challenge Donald Trump.
Give us a sense here. It seems to me, from where I sit and a lot of people sit, this is going to be a truly nasty campaign. Trump always says, you wound me, I'll wound you 10 times worse. Now, Hillary has gone on the offensive with that speech she made in San Diego. Are they there, and I don't know if you know this or can guess this, with a reservoir of charges against Hillary Clinton, against Bill Clinton, about sexual issues, etc.? Are we expecting this?
Well, I think we're certainly expecting Donald Trump to be Donald Trump. He's kind of a human wrecking ball. So, yes, I think you can certainly expect he's going to attack the Clintons on everything. But at the same time, what we're also seeing is that Donald Trump is incapable of preventing himself from attacking himself during the process and doing himself damage. And this week, I think, has been one of the worst for Donald Trump. You would think with his nomination process over, with Democrats still fighting each other in California and New Jersey, that he would be moving forward to consolidate. But instead, what you're seeing is, with these racist attacks on this federal judge, even party stalwarts criticizing him, trying to somehow distance themselves from him. which is proving impossible. And I think he will not only bring down his own campaign, but he will likely bring down House and Senate Republicans with him.
Well, next hour we're going to have a Republican consultant here to talk about it from that side of the issue. But I just wonder, as you look at all of this, everybody says, let's discuss the issues. But it's personalities. I'm just thinking, sitting here, we had a Clinton as a president, right? We had H.W. Clinton. Pardon me, Bush, H.W. Bush. We had Clinton. We had Bush. And now we may have Clinton. And we might have had Bush if he didn't run so badly. We have 320 million people in this country. What is wrong with us that we turn to the same 5 people?
Well, you know, I think there is a great desire to bring more people in the political process. That's been part of Senator Sanders' appeal. But the fact that you have Secretary Clinton, who has done so well and got millions more popular votes, and you had Jeb Bush, who did so poorly, means that a family name and a family history isn't enough to carry the day. If you're not in and of yourself a very strong candidate who can lead the party, you're not going to get the nomination.
Congressman, there was a moment, correct me if I'm wrong, when you were considering throwing your hat in the ring, right?
For the Senate, yes.
All right, for this big Senate race coming up here. We have 2 people running, the two people leading. People think that they will be the top 2 finishers, Sanchez and Harris. Do you have a horse in this race?
I don't. I've been watching the campaign very carefully, but have not waded into it yet. But I think you're right, Steve. I think ultimately those 2 Democrats will make it to the November runoff in our primary system.
Are you sorry you're not running?
No, I'm very grateful to be ranking member on the Intelligence Committee. I love the work and very comfortable with the decision.
It's always good to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.